Assalamu alaikum. This podcast has been brought to you by SeekersGuidance, the global Islamic seminary. Help us spread the light of prophetic guidance to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Make a small donation at seekersguidance.org/donate. As little as $10 a month can help people find life-changing guidance.
I'm a student living in Belgium and studying cooking culinary school, the French cuisine to be specific. How do I handle the food and products? Is there a fiqh related to working in a kitchen as a job? Presumably that there may be not halal food in the cuisine.
Is there fiqh related to handling food? So, yes, and there's fiqh related to the halal and haram of food, and one should be aware of. One is obligated to be aware of the limits related to any area of human activity that one is engaged in. Right? So anything that one is going to engage in, it's a good that the questioner asked this question. The basic governing principle is that any area of human activity that one is going to engage in, it is necessary to know before engaging in it what is the ruling of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala regarding that area of human activity and what are the limits of the specific issues that arise in it. So, given that, one needs to be careful with respect to halal and haram food ingredients, particularly meat, because haram meat is haram to consume. Haram meat is haram to consume, and anything that is haram to consume is also haram to present to another, because the principle is that anything that you cannot consume yourself, you cannot give to another. Anything that you cannot consume yourself, you cannot give to another. So therefore, cooking haram meat would be problematic. It would be problematic. And one also has to be careful about the handling of such ingredients, because meat that is haram is also, which is meat that's not been ritually slaughtered, is also considered filthy. It's considered filthy. So it puts several constraints upon one, right? And then the issue comes of halal and haram ingredients. The wisdom behind the prohibition of meat unless it's ritually slaughtered is that eating meat requires killing an animal, and the taking of a human life is a grave matter, but so is the taking of any life. Right? It's a serious matter. So there are limits placed as to how one can take even an animal life for the purpose of consumption, so that we appreciate the inviolability of not just human life, but also animal life, and we recognize the blessing that it is for us to have the permission to eat that animal. So there are limits placed. So how does one navigate that as a Muslim, who wants to, for example, become a chef? That there are perhaps challenging limits with respect to that, particularly because working in a mainstream kitchen, where presumably meat will be one of the things that is served, would be very challenging for a Muslim. Right? Would be very challenging for a Muslim, because one cannot cook or prepare the haram. Right? In particular cases and circumstances, one needs to consult reliable scholars on how to navigate that. But those are some of the criteria. One should take the means to learn about the halal and haram related to meat and other food ingredients as well. in a broad sense. But the biggest challenge with food arises with meat.
Thank you for listening. This podcast was brought to you by Seekers Guidance, the Global Islamic Seminary. Visit SeekersGuidance.org to access reliable Islamic knowledge taught by qualified teachers. We offer a wide range of courses, podcasts, articles, and a world-class answer service. Support us in spreading free, reliable Islamic knowledge to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Visit SeekersGuidance.org/donate and make a small monthly commitment today. Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever guides someone to goodness will have a similar reward." So don't forget to share this podcast and spread prophetic guidance.